everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about my TTC essential products. So as you all know, I've been very open about kind of like my TTC journey, but I really wanted to help some of you all who have been commenting on my videos, asking different questions about certain things that I have been using certain products. I've kind of compiled a little list of all of the essential products that have been helpful for me throughout the past year. Some that I use and some that I just really don't use or they didn't really work out for me. So the first product that I'm going to talk about is basically these Diffusion prenatal multivitamin gummies, and basically they have DHA and folic acid. And I remember my OBGYN like a long time ago when I went for like my annual screening or whatever it's called, she said that if you're thinking about getting pregnant, that you definitely needed to go ahead and get on some prenatal vitamins and make sure that they have folic acid in them. I think folic acid is the vitamin or nutrient that helps protect against, oh god, what is it called? Spina bifida? I think that's what it's called. Basically, a baby can be born with an exposed spine, I think. So this is the product that can kind of help just kind of prepare you and get your body full of nutrients to help you be healthier for conceiving. So I think that you take these they want you to take these up until you get pregnant and even while you are pregnant. So these are lemon and raspberry flavors. I don't have a problem taking these at all, and I am definitely somebody who, if I do not like the taste of it, I cannot eat it, drink it, or anything. And that is another product that I'm going to be talking about in a minute. I just can't do it. So for me, these work fine. I have heard other people say that they can't handle the taste of it, but to me they actually taste pretty good. It's kind of like a little sweet little snack in a way. So definitely make sure that you're on some sort of prenatal vitamin. So kind of in the same realm as that, I know that it's very popular to hear about it for women, and it's specifically important for women. You hear your doctor talk about it a lot, but there's also ways for men to kind of do the same thing, just kind of get the nutrients in their body that they need. And so, two products that we have heard about and people have recommended to us was Fertile Aid for men. Actually, a pharmacist recommended this to my mother-in-law, and it's just the male version kind of like what this is for females. It's just a dietary supplement. This is one that one pharmacist recommended. It's just a natural reproductive health vitamin thing. And then another one which was recommended to us from our fertility doctor was called Proxied Plus. Now the difference between these two, I don't really know what the difference is based off of like the vitamins or specific supplements or anything within it. I don't really know the differences between that. These were just recommended to us by two different people. But the only difference in this is that these are like capsules, and then this is more of a, you like put it in your drink and then just drink it. So those are two different options for the male when it comes to a dietary supplement and then just getting a lot of nutrients within your body and getting yourself healthy. So a few other things. This is the thing that I was kind of talking about. This is called Pink Stork Fertility Tea for female conception, and I literally tried one of these, and hold on, let me see if I can get a good picture of it. There you go. So this is basically a tea that has herbs to promote fertility, regulate your female cycle, balance hormones, and you can drink it hot or cold. I do not like the taste of this. It's really not that bad. It's just for me, like, I can't drink anything that doesn't have a good taste, and I really don't like the taste of this. But if you are wanting something like this, then this is a brand that you could kind of look into. It's by Pink Stork. They have other types of teas and stuff that aren't really for fertility. It's just for, I guess, regular health. I've not tried any of them, but that's an option. And I do know that some people take this kind of stuff super seriously. But again, I tried and I just couldn't do it. I'm a wimp, I guess. Okay, so this to me is probably a huge essential when you're in your TTC journey, and that is just some HCG and LH tests. And I ordered this box through Amazon. The brand is called My Best, and it basically just has a bunch of, like, let me see, I don't know how many, 50 of, okay, so basically it has 50 different tests or little strip packets, but it says there's 5 pieces of 10 LH test strips, which LH test predicts like when you are actually ovulating, and then they have 10 HCG tests within those 5 packets, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. I can show you. This is kind of what it looks like. I've used a bunch of different ones, so it might look a little bit different. So let me see if I can find one. Yeah, so I think I've already used all the HCG tests in it. But when you open it, it just comes in these little packets, and you can open these, and then you'll have like a bunch of LH tests. These are the ovulation strips, because obviously you're going to have to use these a lot more to really predict when you are actually ovulating. And that might be a video that I do separately about my experience with these actual products, especially this little kit here. But I do think that these are essential, and they, like I mentioned, they don't come with that many HCG tests, but a lot more of the LH tests. And yeah, I think it's good if you're kind of on this journey or walking this path that you go ahead and get one of these boxes, because it's going to be a whole heck of a lot cheaper. I honestly don't remember how much it was, but I will leave a link down below to this exact one of what I actually purchase and how much it is. One of the other things that I got when I got the box of all of the test strips was a thermometer, because if you are tracking your, or trying to track your ovulation, you can do it through tracking your temperature as well as these strips. So that, like I mentioned, that'll probably be something I get into later in a separate video, because it's a lot more detailed and more in depth you could go with the whole ovulation thing. But that is definitely something that I think is essential on your TTC journey. The last thing that I would talk about that has been super helpful for me is actually an app. And the app that I'm going to talk about, I think I've talked about before, and it's called Flow. And basically it's just this pink little app called Flow. And it helps you track your periods, your cycles, a lot of health related things like how many steps you take in a day. It can track its estimated guess for ovulation, which I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it's not really correct for me. So that's why in particular I would rather do a separate video all about that, because for me this thing doesn't predict it right on point. But I do think this is helpful, because when you go to the doctor, like no matter if it's just like a regular doctor's appointment, an OB appointment, fertility, anything like that, everyone knows that as soon as you get in there, they're going to ask you, when was the last day of your last cycle, or when was the first day of your last cycle? How long did it last? How many days? They ask you all these questions, and honestly, I could not remember all that stuff if I hadn't already been logging it on this app. I've used this app for over a year, and I really like it. So yeah, I think that is all of the products that I would classify as essential when it comes to your TTC journey. Hopefully some of these products will help you. I will leave them all linked down below if you want to look more into them. As always, like I mentioned, some of these products don't really work for me, but I know of a lot of people that suggest them and use them and might like them, so I did still want to like feature the tea and all that kind of stuff. But I'll leave it all linked below. I encourage you to do your own research before you use any of these products, but this is just the stuff that I have used and what I think is essential. So thank you all so much for watching. I have a TTC journey playlist of all the videos that I've talked about, anything related to this. I have it in a playlist, so it's easy to kind of navigate and watch and kind of understand my story, I guess you could say. I do have some exciting videos coming up next week. pertaining to fertility. So be on the lookout for that. I might have a special guest. I'm so excited. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye guys.
Stayed for too long.